Hi guys. Today I'm going to once again revise the concept of high theoretical clustering. Okay, and if you have any free doubt regarding this, please do write in the comment box. Otherwise, you can share and at WhatsApp, Telegram channel for instant clarification of your queries and doubts. Okay, and this is the things so high theoretical clustering. Suppose we have 5 points A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. High theoretical clustering is a popular method for grouping objects. Hierarchical clustering is a popular method for grouping objects. Hierarchical clustering is a popular method for grouping objects. It creates groups. It creates groups so that objects within a group are similar to each other and different from objects in the other groups. It creates groups so that objects within a group are similar to each other and different from objects in other groups. It creates groups so that objects within a group are similar to each other and different from the objects in other groups. It creates groups so that objects within a group are similar to each other and different from the objects in the other group. Clusters are usually represented in a hierarchical tree called endogram. Clusters are visually represented in a hierarchical cluster called endogram. Clusters are visually represented in a hierarchical tree called endogram. Clusters are usually represented in a hierarchical tree called endogram. The rate, the, the sole concept of hierarchical clustering lies in just the construction and analysis of a dendrogram. The sole concept of hierarchical clustering lies in just the construction and analysis of a dendrogram. The sole concept of hierarchical clustering lies in just the construction and analysis of a dendrogram. The sole concept of hierarchical clustering lies in just the construction and analysis of a dendrogram. A dendrogram is a tree-like clusters that explains the relationship between all the data points in the system. A dendrogram is a tree-like structure that explains the relationship between all the data points in the system. A dendrogram is a tree-like structure that explains the relationship between all the data points in the system. And guys, once again, you self-read up to these points. Have you read? Have you completed? Have you done? Now, types of hierarchical clustering. One, divisive clustering. Another one is agglomerative clustering. Divisive clustering is the top-down approach, and agglomerative is the bottom-to-up approach. Way or remember bottom to up means A means start from B, and opposite of this the we would remember this. Start with one all inclusive cluster starts with the points as individual clusters. Starts with one all inclusive clusters starts with the points as individual clusters. Start with one all inclusive clusters starts with the points as individual clusters. As at each step, split a cluster until each cluster contains a point. At each step, merge the closest pair of clusters until only one cluster is left. At each step, split a cluster until each cluster contains a point or there are k clusters. At each step, merge the closest pair of clusters until only one cluster is left. At each step, split a cluster until each cluster contains a point or there are k clusters. At each step, merge the closest pair of clusters until only one cluster is left. Traditional hierarchical algorithm use a similarity or distance matrix. Traditional hierarchical algorithm use a similarity or distance matrix, merge or split one cluster at a time, merge or split one cluster at a time. Merge or split one cluster at a time. Traditional hierarchical algorithms are traditional hierarchical algorithm use a similarity or distance matrix, merge or split one cluster at a time. Strengthening hierarchical clustering, strengthening hierarchical clustering. Don't have to assume any particular number of clusters. First point. Don't have to assume any particular number of clusters. Don't have to assume any particular number of clusters. Any desired number of clusters can be obtained by cutting the dendrogram at the proper level. Any desired number of clusters can be obtained by cutting the dendrogram at the proper level. Any desired number of clusters can be obtained by cutting the dendrogram at the proper level. Any desired number of clusters can be obtained by cutting the dendrogram at the proper level. Any desired number of clusters can be obtained by cutting the dendrogram at the proper level. Any desired number of clusters can be obtained by cutting the dendrogram at the proper level. They may correspond to meaningful tax, tax, taxonomy. They may correspond to meaningful taxonomy. They may they may correspond to meaningful taxonomies. Example in biological sciences. Example in biological sciences. Agglomerative clustering. More popular hierarchical clustering technique. More popular hierarchical clustering technique. More popular hierarchical clustering technique. More agglomerative clustering. More popular hierarchical clustering technique. Key operation is the computation of the proximity of two clusters. Key operation is the computation of the proximity of two clusters. Key operation is the computation of the proximity of two clusters. Different approaches to defining the distance between clusters distinguish the different algorithms. Different approaches to defining the difference between clusters distinguish the different algorithms. Different approaches to defining the distance between clusters distinguish the different algorithms. Different approaches to defining the distance between clusters distinguish the different algorithms. Different approaches to defining the distance between clusters distinguish the different algorithms. Basic algorithm is straightforward. Basic algorithm is straightforward. Basic algorithm is straightforward. Compute the proximity matrix. 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 Let each data point be a cluster. Let each data point be a cluster. Repeat third and merge the two closest clusters and update the proximity matrix until only a single cluster remains. Basic algorithm is straightforward. Basic algorithm is straightforward. Compute the proximity matrix. Let each point be a cluster. Repeat. Merge the two closest clusters. Update the proximity matrix until only a single cluster remains. Tomorrow I would start here. Okay, so I am going to conclude today's lecture here itself. And if you have query, doubt, and question, so you can discuss in your group, or otherwise you can ask to me. Definitely, I would reply. Okay, guys, have a nice day. Thank you.